awfully low, and the world is cold, I will feel a glow just thinking of you and the way you look tonight. Yes, you're lovely with your smile. So, hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with a Veve Omi Earth 2 update video. Sorry the hair is so crazy. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love you all. I would say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. And before we get started, everyone check out the Star Helix and Kyle Willson on YouTube, and at Not Star Helix, at Hey David Don, and at EQ_crypto on the Twitter. They are pretty cool. Okay, so I was doing a little digging this morning, and what I was going to do is show you guys a couple of screenshots that I took off the eBay and show you why I'm pretty sure that this comic will be a couple $1,000s, at least in the secret rare, and at least to start. Well, we have one comic that is all tattered and beat up. Like, this is not a good looking comic. This is like, if this was a PSA card, this would get like a PSA 1, like Pokemon card. Like, this is maybe 2. Like, this is not good. I don't know what the back looks like, but... And that's $405 for an ungraded version. Like, you're not getting that to read. You're getting that, like, okay, well, there's like no other cheaper ones out there, so I'm going to get it. Then we have something I thought was really interesting. We have a 4.0, meaning that it's graded, it goes from 1 to 9.8. And a 4.0, there's one bid on it for $4,500. So I'm thinking, like, okay, this is $4,500, and the guy that, or the person that chose to bid on it, had like 400 something feedback. You could tell when a bid is not real when they have like 1 or 0 or 3 feedback. Like, okay, that's probably not a real bid. But that's, and again, that's a 4.0. And then there's also something with a 5.0 that's $3,400. So I have seen this before in Pokemon, where it's like an auction's happening, and the auction, and this is on with the same grade. It's like, oh, hey, this is going to be like, this is a $500 card, where the same grade is already like, buy it now at $400 something. So it's, I have seen that before, and I would take advantage. I don't have the funds to buy that 5.0 $3,400. So again, I'm not 100% sure why that was happening, but you could even see by the other stuff, like another ungraded copy for $2,100. And again, just because somebody lists it doesn't mean that someone will actually buy it. Maybe the person that has the 5.0 over here for this one has like no feedback and they're not a trusted seller, whereas this person, let's say, might have a lot of feedback and maybe he's bought from them before and maybe he trusts them. Maybe that type of deal. Because again, when dealing with comic books of this rare with thousands of dollars on the line, I'm going to want, again, we have a first edition PSA 10 Blaine's Charizard. Let's say it's like $5,000. If I can get it from $4,000 from somebody that has 0 feedback, or $5,000 from somebody that has, hey, you know what, perfect feedback, I bought from them before, I myself would much rather pay that $5,000, that extra $1,000 just to go get that from somebody that I know and trust. Now with eBay, if you go, there have been things like this before where you go and you pay for something and then they give you a tracking number already. Like, the scammers out there will be like, oh, hey, I have this card, and say, oh, hey, I live in Massapequa, New York, and they generate like a random tracking number somehow that was already delivered, so it shows that on the eBay website, like, oh, hey, this was already delivered after it was paid for. Obviously, you can go call eBay and they can get you your money back because things don't make sense. But why go through that hassle just on a chance? So maybe that's what's happening here. Also, it's Dr. Octopus, an amazing, amazing character. And there's a lot of backstory here, and it starts off where, as a kid, he was really smart. He was a little bit of a nerd, but the way that he is the way that he is mostly because of his parents. It wasn't like some freak accident, although it was, and I'll get to that in a second. His dad was very abusive. They didn't have a lot of money, and he, again, as a little bit of a nerd, he needed glasses when he was younger, and he would always break them. And every time he would break them, his dad would come in with a belt and be like, you think I can afford to buy you a new pair of glasses every day, and just beat him like hardcore, like crazy. Like 60s comics were brutal. And then his mother was like the complete opposite of that, just saying like, hey, you know what, it's okay, my baby, my genius, my sweet boy, really overbearing. Like, I don't know if he's like Jewish or not. You ever see like those overbearing like Jewish mothers like in Guilt Trip? Seth Rogen and I think Meryl Streep. They play like a mother-son thing, and and it's always just like, how'd you do this or do that? You know, one of those things. And for the most part, it really forms the identity of him. And even later, when he goes, like, eventually his father dies. Like, thank God. You know, maybe he could finally start to move on to live like a normal life because he gets accepted to MIT. And he almost has like a Goodwill Hunting moment where this professor, he leaves on a like a problem to help inspire his students. And, you know, if you attempt it or, you know, try whatever, you get like a, I don't know, extra grade. And he goes there and he just solves it. And he's just like, da, 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 da. And the professor's like, at first he's just going to say like, hey, you know how many rules you're breaking into a classroom? And then he looks at the work like, oh my God, why didn't I think of that? And, oh, White Rabbit, hi. Thank you so much for that $5 super chat. Thank you so much. So then this professor's like, I gotta work with this dude. I gotta work with him. So then he goes and he says, he goes and visits his mom, because at this same time, or there's a little bit after, he winds up dating a girl. And his mom, because his mom's like the only woman in his life right now, and is just really, really not mentally healthy at all. And I think this is also where Doc Ock gets his, like, multiple personality disorder, which doesn't come until later. Mr. Fantastic diagnoses him later on in later issues, but spoilers if you haven't read those issues, like X amount of years ago, 30 years ago. Anyway, I forget the girl's name that he's dating, but she's also a fellow scientist, and then and again, this is really, really old school, where her mom's like, oh, you're dating somebody? Does she touch you? And I was like, oh my God. And then he's like, do you touch her back? He's like, I don't know, like a little bit, like sometimes. And she's like, oh, well, you know why it feels good? Because she touches all the boys in her class. She touches, and they're not like in middle school, right? They're adults, they're in college, they're in MIT. And yeah, so this got really NSFW. But anyway, this is the story of him. And so he winds up breaking up with her. And he becomes like really rude. He doesn't mean to be, but because his mom like poisons his mind, saying like, oh yeah, she has experience with all the boys, that's why it feels good. She'll never love you like I will. It's really sick. And then one night, so he breaks up with her, and he says like, oh yeah, with plenty of other male colleagues around here, you'll have plenty of chance to test out your skills with them. And I was like, oh man, that's heartbreaking. So then he comes home one day, and then he finds out that his mother's dating William something. I don't know, whatever the heck his name is. And then he realizes, wait, you're telling me not to date, but you're dating? Like, kind of rules for me, not for thee. You know, when politicians say, like, oh, you need to wear a mask everywhere you go, and you see them at events and they're not wearing masks. Like, the fudge. You know, so they go and he, like, absolutely berates his mother and yells at her, and it's just like, I did this for you, I had this really great girl. And then his mother has like a heart attack and she dies. Like, she like straight up like kicks the bucket, and he just doesn't take it well. He calls the professor, is like, I need some time off. And he's like, yeah, absolutely, you know, no problem, take all the time you need. And then it turns out that again, so back in like the 60s, everything was sci-fi, like chemical attack. So in his work, he falls into like a thing of chemicals like acid, and that basically makes him go insane. You know, so that in conjunction with his robot arms, his mechanical arms, I don't even know what you call them, he becomes Dr. Octopus. And he goes and the first time he fights Spider-Man, Spider-Man knocks him out. No, I'm sorry. First of all, first time he fights Spider-Man, he beats Spider-Man, because this is Spider-Man like issue number 3. He's still learning how to be Spider-Man. He's not that good yet. I don't know if the Spidey sense was there. And then the second time, like, Spider-Man like punches him and realizes how strong he is, absolutely knocks him out. And that's the whole like responsibility, you know, power and responsibility thing comes into play. And he goes and he says, okay, I really have to learn to control my power, because, you know, had this man not been who he is, I actually would have killed him. So then he goes and he tries to form the Sinister Six, and he is successful. He's like co-founder of Oscorp, and he goes on, and Spider-Man's dating this girl, Betty Brant. I think she was his first girlfriend, if I'm not mistaken. So anyway, in prison he meets this guy. Oh, I forget his name. But this guy is attached to Betty Brant, and Betty Brant, he basically kidnaps her and her brother because her brother's in like a whole bunch of gambling debt. So kidnaps them, and then of course Spider-Man comes in. I don't think he knew that they were dating at the time. Goes to save him, and it's just a really cool story. Doc Ock is amazing. You've seen him in the movies. Alfred Molina plays him in the second movie. He's coming back for this movie. He's going to be a really big part. Again, he helps form the original Sinister Six. You have Sandman, you have Mysterio, you have him. I really can't wait for this movie. And if you look at other different types of, like the first Amazing Spider-Man, let's see what we got here. I think that Secret Rare is like $8,000 right now. So let me go, and I promise I'll get the comments in a minute. I know I've been rambling on telling the story of Doc Ock for like 10 minutes, but totally worth it in my opinion. So if you go to the comics, and you go all the way down. Oh, no, that's Fantastic Four number 5. Ultimate Spider-Man. Another Ultimate Spider-Man. Alright, so I guess Amazing Spider-Man number 1. The commons are $106. And Amazing Spider-Man number 1 from 1963. Actually, this was 8.2 thousand before. Now it's 8,500. So that now you could make the argument. Well, that's the first. That's the first one. It's the Amazing Spider-Man number 1. But again, go and I just showed you the comics before that are on eBay. In really low grades, they're still worth thousands of dollars. In ungraded, still worth hundreds of dollars. So I do believe that this is going to be one of them. Again, Sleep in Comics or, Comics and Crypto, that they'll be able to go and tell you, be like, hey, this is, there's this many 9.8s, there's this many 9.6s, and, the history of sales with them, and they'll be able to go into much more detail than I ever would, about these comics. This is just like a brief overview of, like, his Doc Ock's history, and, yeah, okay. So I'm going to go and get into the comments right now. Let's see what we got here. We got Kenny Yes says, the name is funny, LOL. Kenny Yes says, I'm going to buy up a load for sure. Anyhow, for the long run. Get that bread. Cryptoverse says, let's go, Randy, let's get that bread. So, I had a nice 3-hour podcast last night. I forget what we were talking about. I think it was, if anyone goes and, this is a lot. Anyone goes and they, like, repeat a line to me that I would say from, like, a podcast or whatever, my memory is not that good. I'm probably not going to remember. I used to write back in the day, like a lot, and my friend Elena had I had just given her pages, like, to read, like, hey, give me some feedback, and then at some point, she said something to me, I was like, what? And she's like, that's a line from your story, and I was like, oh, right, and she's just like, did you not remember? I was like, I guess not, I guess I don't. The only thing I guess I would say is bananas. That you're like, this is banana. Okay, I get it. The drinking game. I think this matters. I say a lot. I say girl a lot. So yeah, moving on. Cryptoverse is giving me those dabs. Uncle Jay says, let's go. Arrived early. Get that bread. Get that gas. Anthony R says, when Immutable X, I feel like there's been a large delay. There has been a very large delay. Yes, you are correct. But I would say the Immutable X migration would probably be done later this month. Give it like 3-ish weeks, maybe 4 weeks. What time is it now? Well, maybe not 4 weeks, but pretty close, because we'd go 1, 2, 3. Yeah, let's say about 3 weeks, and probably be done, and maybe slightly longer. And I think we do get exchanges in early July. I'm sorry, early January. I don't know why I said July. I guess because they have J's and they end with Y's. So I'd say give it 3-ish weeks, and soon. I do plan to ask them on tomorrow's AMA. And again, I'm not going to ask for timelines because they're just not going to give it, and they'll just be annoyed with me. But I'll say, after we are done with Immutable X, how long after that do we get exchanges? Because I'm personally thinking 7 to 10 days, because not just for them. The exchanges could list it like that, but the exchanges want time to be able to buy stuff. They want time to advertise. I do think that's why. Yeah. Luffy says, good morning, everyone. Hi, good morning, Luffy. How you doing? John Robert Yellen says, hey, Randy. I've ran out of milk, and I'm trying to lure a local cat into my house to get some. I think it knows what's up. Wait, so you've ran out of milk, and you're trying to lure a local cat into my house to get some. I think it knows. Like, you're trying to lure the cat in to get some milk? Like, you want to milk the cat? Can you milk me, Greg? Can you milk me? Sorry, it's a Ben Stiller. I forget what movie. I'm All right. Anyway. Okay. You're trying to lure the cat in, and you don't have milk to lure it in with, and I think it knows what's up. Yeah, yeah. I mean, their nose not as good as doggos, but they could probably smell and probably that. Yeah, it definitely knows. Cats are smart, man. Cats are. I don't know. I think I showed you guys last night. I'm gonna show you again because I love these photos. Um, ooh, no, 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 no. So yeah, I had one photo where I have a cat on my head. I thought that was pretty fun. And then I shared that with somebody or like a group and like, "Oh my god, kitty." I was like, "Yeah, the kitty is so cuddly." And there's every now and then the cat Leo just likes to go and put his paw around me and just sorry if that was too much skin. Moving on. Airson Q. Hi. Who Dat Savage says, I don't usually buy comics in secondary, but this is an exception if I don't get on drop. Yeah, I'll probably get a couple of these too. It's really hard. The last one, like the one yesterday, I don't know if it was because of the double cover or if it was because people are getting smart, but the comics they weren't like ever $10 or $12. They were like $20, $30 for the commons. It's like, I really hope this is not the new norm because I want to get comics for cheap. And I get it. I'm glad they are because people that can only afford comics on the drop that get them for $7, now they can get them and they can start flipping them and they can start making more money. So I am excited for those people. But now I have to pay more to get these comics. So we got here. Who Dat Savage says, I don't use. Oh, derp. I just read that. Milham says, good morning, Randy. Howdy, crew. We got a big one today. Good luck, everyone. I know it's a big one. I'm very, very excited. Usher RX says, maybe the 5.0 wants to buy wants to buy Omi. Yeah. Again, I have no issue selling my stuff for cheaper. Actually, I have a package that y'all saw me literally sell yesterday on eBay on stream. I packaged it up on stream, and I'm gonna take it out. Forgot I'm so fat. And I'm gonna take it out. Pretty much after this, I'm gonna go to the post office. I'm gonna go to the gym. It's gonna be a good time. Stella Sue says, hi Randy, do you have any lands on Earth 2? I have a lot of lands on Earth 2. If you want to know the lands that I have, there's a link down below to Chaveztopia. That's my megacity. I have a lot over there. And then also, if you want to buy in Chaveztopia, the referral code is down below. So you can also get, I think it's 7.5% off. It used to be 5% off, like if you spend $100, you get 5 back. But now I think it's 7.5% that you get back, which is really cool. I actually did not collect my ether. Or my essence, I'm sorry. So I'm going to transform 102 ether into essence. Ooh, nice, another 24. And then I'm also going to claim some jewels. Oh, and this is the beauty about going and having those referral codes. Because if you go and you get one, obviously you get one when you play the game, and then you have like a brother, sister, whoever else you want to get in. So like, hey, use my referral code, and then you get 5% of that as well. Let's see what we got here. Buy land. No, resources. Okay. So here's the other thing. Claim some jewels. How many jewels I got? So 23 jewels. Is it a ton? No. But when you go to the bazaar and you look and the jewels are 34 cents, and you can go and you can make sure they're bought if you sell them for 32, 33 cents or whatever. So you make an extra $7 a day, give or take. Again, that's if you want to sell them. I'm not selling them right now. Not selling them right now. So between that, yeah, you can make a lot of money on Earth 2. And that's not including the properties that you can buy, like the heckin' ridiculous amounts, for really, really cheap right now. Again, the one thing I never sold was Earth 2, and y'all know I sold everything for Omi, and that's the only thing I still put money into every week. White Rabbit, thank you so much for that $5 super chat. I wonder if that was because you like the stories that I tell, and you like the way I animate my hands and stuff. Timothy Lamentary says, weekend drop predictions? I'm thinking it might just be another what if drop. No, they said it was anime adjacent. So I don't know if it's manga. That would be insane if it started with manga. And I don't know what it would be if it did start with manga. Now, for anime, they said they wanted to wait for localization. Like, they wanted to wait for China and Japan. Wanted to be translated into those languages for the East. But that doesn't mean we can't get some really cool manga. I think for the manga, if they were to do that, which again, not saying that they are, but if they were, I would say that the manga that they would go would, again, you want to start off with something that's strong but not your best. And as far as manga goes, there's some really brilliant ones. Fruits Basket, I don't think is that mainstream or is mainstream enough, even though that would be one of my favorites. That would probably be in like the middle tier. They would probably go with. There's so many good ones. Again, like the top tier would be like My Hero Academia. It would be Attack on Titan. It'd be Naruto, One Piece. There's so many. Pokemon, even though it's one of my favorite mangas, it's one of my favorite storylines. It's actually only like as far as manga goes, not as popular as some other ones. Back in the day, everyone was reading Attack on Titan, so maybe they do like Bleach, maybe they do something a little older, maybe they do Sailor Moon. If they were to do manga, I don't know exactly what they would do. Any other anime adjacent? So what does adjacent mean? Like next to? So if it's maybe it's something animated, not necessarily anime. Maybe they are doing cartoons, which they've already done. They have Cartoon Network. I would love to see a Gravity Falls. That's a Disney property, but that is such a good show. That's such a good animated show. It is the voice actress that does that. That voice actress is Mabel. Is like one of my favorite voice actresses ever. I love her. But that is a fantastic show. So I would say. I'd say that one, or again, anime adjacent. Maybe figurines, maybe like a video game that is animated, and it's because again, they've had some pretty cool video games as well, and they had one where it's like Goku and Naruto. Like they've had some really cool ones. So, as far as those predictions, it will be anime related, so I don't think it'd be a what if drop. Erson Q says Veve should have a feature button report scammers. If scammer gets tagged, they'll get banned. That might work in theory, but when you have somebody that you just don't like, hey, I don't like this guy. Like, let's say you see somebody that, for whatever reason, you have bad blood within the community, and like, I don't like this guy, I'm gonna report him. And then, or God forbid that happens to you, like you say something on like a space, or you say something, and you throw shade at somebody, and like, oh, well, you say that to me, I'm gonna report you, and you're gonna be labeled as a scammer. They're gonna freeze your account. That, I don't like that. There might be, I think, a issue where you say, oh, hey, guess what? The market just opened, and this one guy, Mr. Hatface has, 30 different, or like 12 different of these ones. There's no way he got that on the drop without bots. This looks suspicious. I'm going to screenshot it and upload the screenshot to like suspicious whatever. That maybe. But again, I could see that being abused, even though I think that would be a better system than others. And again, we're just brainstorming here, so I don't know what they'll have in the future. X Idol says, yo. Kenny S says, hi peeps. Matt Murphy says, what do y'all think this will go for? I would say probably start out at 5,000, work its way down to 2,000. Maybe less. And again, a lot of comics now are CRAs are really not that high, so it is a down market. But that being said, I still see 1 to 2,000 for this secret rare, the minimum. After it goes down, and then who knows where the price settles. But this is something that I actually would not sell for gems. Like partly because I have enough gems already. But I would keep it just because it is pretty historical. They have Doc Ock. So, yeah, and I just spent, 10 minutes going through his whole story. So, let's see what we got here. Usher RX says, can we get a KYC checkmark so we can see who is real in Veve? That will happen, especially when people go to cash out. So, yes, that will. That will happen at some point. Learn at Home Music says, should I aim to get one of every common or slowly get one of each at a low mint? I have one of every common because I just want to say, oh, I got each common, and really just have one of each common. So I do want that. That's what I would do, but slowly get one each at a low mint. That would probably, that'll definitely make you money in the long term because people will start to value low mints. Especially, again, there's going to be some people like the balance for low mints, people recognizing their value and people not recognizing their value. That's going to be a seesaw. When new people get in, are they going to know the value of low mints right away? Probably not. Even if they hear like, oh, hey, low mint. Like me, I don't really care. I recognize that lower mints are very, very coveted and highly warranted by everyone, or most everyone. But for me, as long as I get the collectible, I don't really care. I'm just thankful to get the collectible. And I do think there is going to be a lot of people that come in and just like, yeah, low mints, whatever, just give me the collectible. Because again, in Pokemon, you really see it's just like, hey, I want the grade. Like some people don't even care about the grade. Some people just want the card. Some people are like, why am I spending like $10,000 on this card, PSA 10, when I could just get it, PSA 9 for like a fraction of the price. So some people really don't care, but I think as time goes on, more and more people will care about the grades. What's going to move more, a low mint comic or something? I don't know. I guess it depends on the low mints also. I mean, a low mint nobody cares, like Fantastic Four issue that nobody really cares about versus a low mint one of these, yeah, it's going to be a huge difference. Huge difference. We got Bangers with Mass. Says, hi, Randy. I was just on the lastest Giancarlo video where a guy said on my comment that Veve is boring. Well, I mean, is it, boring compared to like a sword fight breaking out right in front of you? Yeah, I guess, that's pretty epic, pretty hardcore. There's a chance of you dying. So, I mean, it depends on what you compare it to. Or if you compare it to, sitting at the 40-yard line at a really awesome football game, then yeah, the football game, you get a lot of energy, whatever, courtside seats at a basketball game. I don't go with sporting events. But again, to each their own. Is it boring compared to being at ringside at a prize fight? Yeah, but is it boring compared to other NFT projects? No, this is much more exciting than. I think the only thing is like maybe some type of gaming like Axie Infinities where you actually have a game to play. Or I think Illuvium. I don't know if their game's out yet, but Illuvium kind of same thing. But yeah, I think that person might probably just a hater. I think, just my opinion. Let's see what else we got. Omar Kasaja says, morning, y'all. Morning, Omar. How's it going? Ahmedi Nijaz says, why uncommon comics way undervalued compared to commons? I don't know. Sorry, had some water on my seat. I think it's just because people are not recognizing that, hey, let's say these commons, there's 20-something thousand. And on these uncommons, there's only 5,000. I think people are just buying up loads of commons because they're cheaper, but they're not now. They're not. Like, so a lot of the commons are as much, or if not more, than their uncommon counterpart, and it's really strange. So if I really wanted to like turn on that like machine again, like I did with Pokemon, be like, all right, buy all the uncommons, wait for them to go up, flip them a little bit. But again, right now it's the flippening. When you start to do stuff like that, it's not just, hey, it's $20 and I can sell one for $22. Hey, made 10%. No, because you have an 8.5% fee, so you have to wait that much longer to go and do that. Let's say buy it 30. You can't just sell it like 36. You'd really want to sell it like 40-ish. You could buy 10 of those comics and you sell them at that price. Okay, cool. We made like $70. Again, not that much, but it's like, okay, it's, again, do it as much or as little as you want. How much will they go up? I don't know. Again, you have the internet taking over as well, which the internet didn't really do for Pokemon. Like, you had that in the Pokemon community, you had these groups or whatever, but there wasn't stuff like, or that Rainbow Labicorn, the one that was throwing up, like, internet just took over with that, and that one just went, I don't know what it's at now, but at the time, yeah, that was insane. We got Stella Sue says, yes, we'll use your referral code. Thank you so much. Thank you. Means a lot. Captain Ara says, I love how you can talk and talk for hours. It doesn't get boring. Sometimes I fall asleep during your live streams, and you're still talking when I wake up. I love it. Thank you. I think. I don't know if I put you to sleep, then I actually, so I find Jordan Peterson really, really interesting. Um, and I learn so much when I listen to him. But that being said, when he talks like this and he's talking, and he's a little, he puts me to sleep. So at night, I'll like watch a video of his on like kind of lower volume and I'll just listen to it. But I think that wasn't what you were saying. I think what you were saying is you're tired, you fall asleep, and then when you wake up, that I'm still talking. I did that the other night when we had I had that 7 hour stream where someone was like, I literally went to bed. It's not even that like they took a nap, like they straight up just went to bed, and then they woke up and like, oh hey, he's still streaming. What the fudge? Is this a different stream? But it wasn't. Also, with 100 people here, I'm gonna go and give myself a like. That'd be really great if everybody else could give me a like, just because that'd be awesome. We got our 30-minute Patreon member shout out. Was you're hot and you're cold, you're yes and you're no, you're in and you're out, you're up and you're down. Wrong when it's right, it's black and it's white. We fight, we break up, we kiss, we make up. You don't really want to say no, you don't really have to go. Oh, you're hot and you're cold. That was one of the songs that me and my friend Patrick, he drove out to me in Long Island one year, and then we drove up to New Hampshire together, and we started. So he drove all the way from Minnesota to Long Island, listening to that Kesha song. The party don't start till I walk. It was that one, or no, it was Die Young. I hear your heart beat too. So that one. He said he listened to that like the whole way. And I was like, oh my god. So we wanted to try to do another song to listen from Long Island all the way to New Hampshire, and it was Let It Go. And we got a few hours in, and then at some point I was like, I need something different. And that was one of the songs that we listened to for a while. Hot and Cold was a good song. All right. And you guys didn't need to know that, but I just wanted to share my stories. Captain Ara says, I just read that. But thank you again. King Lucy, or Lucci, I don't know, says, Ahmed, I think it's because of the original art covers. That might be as well. Matthew Lambie says, Teen Titans. Yeah, Teen Titans was so good. That was just, that original show was so good. The Teen Titans Go one, I didn't like when it first came out, and it's still, you have to be in a different mood to watch it. But I did watch the movie with my friend Robert and my friend Erica, and that I had a really fun time. I had a really good time in that movie. It was just fun. It was hysterical. Tara Strong as Raven is amazing. I love her. There's a couple of really funny scenes in that movie that made me like laugh out loud, cackle. White Rabbit says, super chat for your black manicure fun. Thank you. Like, you can't really tell if I'm like this, but if I go like this and he's like, oh, okay, you really need that fill in there. Yeah, I do. I'll get it at some point. I don't know when, but I will let you know. X-Idol says, DBZ, Naruto, One Piece, Bleach, maybe. Oh, that'd be great. That'd be super fantastic if that was it. X-Idol says, yeah, they might actually separate Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. That is a really good point. Dragon Ball took place for I don't know how many years before they had a 7-year time skip. And that was like one of the best awesome ways to do a time skip. So Dragon Ball went on for a while until Goku was older. He meets Chi-Chi at the World Martial Arts Tournament. And, they get married. So the time skip 7 years, after they meet. And suddenly, Goku, I think, is like 24. His son is like 4, I think, as well. Gohan. And it's just, the time skip was really, really cool. They find out that Kakarot's actually an alien. So again, we did spoilers. Like if you didn't know this already, that they thought Goku was just a really, really strong kid with a tail. And then a time skip happens, and he's an alien. And I don't know the fan reception of what happened at that point. Like, did people hate it? Did they love it? But what I do know is that at the end of the day, people obviously loved it. Because they explained, and he's an alien, and he's got a brother, and he just gets his ass kicked. Raditz just absolutely hones him, knocks him through he knocks Krillin through the Kame House, and just absolutely just hones Kakarot, like, really, really quickly. And then to make matters worse, Piccolo shows up, and it was like, Piccolo, like, who's a really strong fighter as well, and he's like, listen, Goku, this person, he's stepping on my turf. We got to go defeat him. So then they make a really good team, and they go and they. Anyway, you don't need to hear the story. Yeah, I assume most of you already know it, but it's a. They would probably separate, hey, Dragon Ball, where it first started, go through X amount of issues, and then hopefully go to Dragon Ball Z, because that's where it takes off. Because honestly, for me, Dragon Ball. Again, I love Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball's a little boring. It's just Dragon Ball Z is like awesome. Not you says hit that like button if you can, guys. Yeah, smash that like button. Matthew Lambie says scammers will go away when people stop handing over their valuables over to strangers with no protection in place. That's true. Also, I mean, people. Yeah, I mean, when you have MTL, scammers will not. Their power will be lessened a lot. VV Las Vegas says, "Did you sell your Pokemon card? Where could we see it?" Actually, yes. Actually, what I did was I had two of them, and I will show you where. Okay, so what I sold yesterday and this one, it's the same thing. I had and this one. So I'll tell you guys. The one that I sold, it was this one. It was just a different mint number, a different serial number for PSA. It's an original Growlithe, like from 1997. Like, this is a Growlithe. Obviously, you could tell, like, oh, hey, I didn't know he was that chunky. Yes, he is a thick boy. In 97, this is a card-ass card. And the card-ass cards came out before base set. So this had no English release. So it's unique. There's like less than 20 of these PSA 10 in the world. I had it listed for like 1,900 or best offer. Got bought, like straight out. There was no offer made. It just bought out. So, because again, they're so rare and somebody that wants this is the only one on eBay. There's no others. The cardless ones are really, really hard to find, and especially in grade PSA 10 because they're so old. Like 24 years old by now. But so the one that I had, I sold, and I put this one up. I was like, I'll put this one up for 2,200, or best offer. But just because I want more Omi, just because there's not too much time. If again, the one that I sold yesterday was for 1,900. I'm not I'm not BSing. Let me see. Yep, buyer paid. All right, so so it was 1,900. And if you want to go and buy this one for like 1,500, I'll let it happen just so I can get more Omi. But be advised, guys, like if I had the option, oh hey, there's a really cool card for $1,900. And I can get it for $1,500. I would not do it just because if I had that money, I would just buy Omi. But again, that's what I would do if you want to diversify and get one of these cards that just sold for 1,900 and you get 15. Then by all means, if you want to diversify. But again, just what I would do. I have that extra 1,500, buy more Omi. So out of that 1,900, maybe I get, after taxes and fees and sending it out with that insurance, maybe I get 1,500 out of it. I'll probably put. I can't believe it. I'll probably put another 1,000 into Omi. So really not a ton, but it will get me probably another 100-ish thousand. Yeah. Moving on here. Carson Feder says, gonna get as many as I can. Get it. But yeah, I'll link down below to my eBay and you can see the next one. Felipe B says, Black Knight is the first one who actually could beat the Kang. So, you mean like the character or the comic and price? Let me know. King Shiz says, what's wrong with Batgirl Uncommon? Which Batgirl Uncommon? Because there are two Batgirls. Oh, I think one is a common, though. Oh, hey. I just posted out a tweet. Or a Twitter. I mean... Or maybe they didn't. I thought that they posted out a tweet, but maybe they didn't. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. What was that question? Well, but Batgirl, I don't know. Why? What do you think is wrong with her? First appearance of a scooter. So, but I think she's not a first appearance. That's why, because there is a first appearance of Batgirl that's like doing a handstand and taking a selfie, that type of deal. So maybe that's why this newer Batgirl isn't selling so much. Inferno 3 says, howdy, good luck. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Audible Collective said, what's up, Randy? What's going on, Audible? How you doing, fam? Whippets Run says, the commons have real-world counterparts. That's why. Okay, that might make sense. As opposed instead of getting that other artwork, you might want those commons just because they have that, like you said, that real-world counterpart. Actuary says, uncommon comics typically don't have full color on them. People are gravitating to the commons because it's the original artwork, plus it's in color. All right, that's a good point. If something looks better, that's probably why. Seaspool says, good morning, good luck, good morning, howdy, howdy. Superman says, is it true that all the developers quit for Earth 2? I just saw a couple YouTube videos on it. Yes and no. We did have some of the original developers leave, and there were a couple of reasons for that. Nathaniel and Frommie, my knee. They had left to develop their own game, and you could say, like, oh, well, that doesn't really speak well for Earth 2 with some of the developers quit and go to work on another game. Well, here's the thing. Earth 2 just bought another game called Drone, the Drone video game. It looks pretty cool. So that was already done. So they're going to integrate that into Earth 2. They have a whole new team of developers that they can kind of pick and choose from, who they want to bring on, who they don't want to bring on. And not only that, so not only are they going to get more people, probably for less money, but these developers that were there, they while you're working for Earth 2, you cannot buy tiles. You cannot invest in the game. So what did they do? They left like a week before they switched over from tier 1 to tier 2 tiles. And so they left, they bought as many tiles as they could, I guess, and then boom, that was it. And they're working on their other game. And I am sure, no proof of this, zero proof, this is just speculation, that there was a conversation between Nathaniel and Frommie, in conjunction with Shane, the founder of Earth 2, and says like, hey, and Shane would be like, listen, you guys go off and do your own game. I know you've wanted to create it for a while. Give you my blessing. You can leave now. You can break contract. I won't charge you anything. Buy as many Earth 2 things as you want. You're not gonna work for me anymore. But then, when you finish that game, come underneath our umbrella at the end. Use our resources because they're making tons of money. And then just let us be interoperable with us, and I bet you they say yes. Again, I'm not 100% sure how that's going to work because Earth 2 partnered with Polygon Studios, whereas the Frommie and the Nathaniel game, that is going to be on Solana. So I don't know how that's going to work as far as that blockchain, but we'll see. We'll take a look. See. Side by side gamer says Randy makes everyone's day a better day. Aw, thanks guys, you're great. Drew Pears, a long live Earth 2. Sam Grant says, can you explain how to withdraw from Veve? Complete beginner here. Yeah, no problem, Sam. So right now, currently, they are working what's called the money transmitter license, where you're going to be able to take those jewels, and as you withdraw, you're going to be able to put it in your local currency, whether it's euros, pounds, dollars, rupees, ruble, whatever. But currently, right now, you can't. Currently, right now, the only way to do it, to withdraw, is saying like, hey, I have, let's say, 1,000 gems. And unfortunately, right now, this is why I would not withdraw right now. I would not even choose to, like, you'd have to say to somebody, hey, I have 1,000 gems. I will give you these 1,000 gems, which is essentially just $1, for, like $700. You go and you say, and again, that's why I wouldn't do it, is because you're taking a 30% haircut on that. 1,000 gems, which is $1,000. Take a 30% haircut. Now, that being said, once you're able to withdraw actually from this, there is probably going to be a 10% withdrawal fee. So you are taking that 10% anyway. You are getting that haircut. At some point, however, if you want to sell for OMI, you'll be able to sell for OMI. That will come later. We'll get the money transmitter license. I'm hoping this month, but if it's not this month, it'll be January, and you could withdraw then. And if you go and, let's say you don't want to do that, you want to wait, and without getting a fee, you could eventually sell your stuff for OMI, And then for Omi, you could just, transfer to another exchange, another wallet, whatever. But right now, currently, you cannot withdraw the gems. So ask me any other questions you got there, Sam Grand. Josh B says, "Hey Randy, any news on MTL?" Well, that's what I just explained to Sam, so I hope that worked. Josh says, "Good luck on the drop." Yes, good luck, good luck. Tor DeLance says, "When is the estimated date for the interview with Lewis Morgan? Can you ask him if we can buy things on his site with Omi? Pump iron, Chavez." For those of you that don't know, Lewis Morgan did agree to do a podcast with me, so I'm very, very excited about that. If you want to learn more about Lewis Morgan, go on the NFT Pirates. NFT Pirates already did a podcast interview with him, I think for a couple hours. What we know about him right now is the co-founder of Gymshark, worth 9 figures, so worth over 100 million, and has as of a few weeks ago, I think last month when I asked him on an AMA, I'd said, or he was on, he was on a Twitter space. I said, "Hey, how much of your net worth are you willing to put into this?" And at that time, he had only learned about it a week prior. And you know what he said? He said probably 2 to 3%. So a couple $1 million that he was willing to put in, that was as of a few weeks ago when he only learned about this the week prior. We saw yesterday that a secret rare Spider-Man, number 47, like the statue, that secret, there's only 1,000 of them. Number 47 was out there for like $32,000 or $34,000, and Lewis Morgan screen recorded himself buying it. And you know what? So he screen recorded himself buying that, and that was like a drop in the bucket for he had like 170 something thousand gems, bought that for 30 something thousand. Only got 140,000 gems left. So the dude is a tank. The dude is a beast. The dude is not just sitting on the sidelines with Omi, although he does have north of 100 million as opposed to one of his Twitter. So he's got almost as much Omi, if not more, than I do. And so he's not sitting on the sidelines with his Omi just waiting for something to happen. No, he's in there. He's in the trenches. He's buying stuff right along with us. So that's what I really like. I don't have a date for that yet. I did message him last night or early this morning. Let's see what we got here. It is, and without giving, any of the, I said, "Howdy, partner. Thanks for agreeing to come on the podcast. Friday midday, your afternoon/evening, is good, but I recognize that's pretty short notice. What's your schedule looking like the next week or so?" Dude's obviously extraordinarily busy. That, or he's just like, he absolutely regretted, like, "Oh man, I can't believe I told this guy I gotta go on his podcast." So yeah, I'll let y'all know with that. All right, let's see what we got here. Olivia Butler says, "VOY, FYI. Boy? Oi, 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 oi." Sorry. So yeah, it says, "What's your price prediction of Essence? And how much percentage do you think it'll increase the first week?" Price prediction, it could be a penny. It could be a tenth of a penny. It could be $1. Dude, I don't know. But whatever it is, it'll probably 10x like that week, in my opinion. X Idol says, "Had the Charizard when I was a kid. If I only knew which Charizard, like first edition Charizard, was it base set? Like which Charizard? Because there's so many different ones. Let me know." Mickey says, "You lost your entire bull market this year. Are you satisfied? You let yourself be manipulated. The investment in Akomi was the worst this year." The investment in Akomi is up like 13,000% since the beginning of this year. So I don't know what the heck Mickey's talking about. But yeah, it's up quite a lot since the beginning of the year. Like, and again, I don't just mean like 13x, no, like 13,000%, like over 100x. So yeah. VV Vibe says, "Sup y'all? What's going on? Howdy. Brandy Babe says, "Good morning and good luck everyone." Good morning to you, Brandy Babe. Omar Kazaje says, "Now we got Dragon Ball Super and it's getting more exciting. Kira Toriyama is still making new series in the manga. Now it's about a character called Granola. Gulp Perfect, MUI, and Vegeta. New form." Dude, I haven't really kept up with the Super as much. I really should. But yeah, there's some wicked cool stories. Altman says, "What's up, Alt? Getting this one today." Me too. Chris Million says, "What's up?" Altman says, "This comic is a A-tier comic. Right below Diamond tier." I believe you, Altman. X Idol says, "Could you see Mortal Kombat collectible in Veve someday? They also had a comic." Yeah. There was this one channel on YouTube called Machinima, and they themselves did a Street Fighter series. They did a Mortal Kombat series. It was so good. Like they took really good care of their productions. It was amazing. Usher says, "Lol, this guy." X has 13 minutes till the drop, I think. About 10 minutes here. Actuary says first Andre and now Morgan Lewis. Randy to the moon. Oh, dude, that'd be great. I'm trying. I am trying. Green Goblin says, good morning, fam. Good luck, everyone. Good luck to you, Green Goblin Thur. Sam Grand says, any other players you are on in the any other plays you are on in the metaverse, and have you joined any NFT projects? What's your take on the space? Thank you for answering these questions. Outside of Earth 2 and the Veveverse, well, I guess Veve technically doesn't have a metaverse yet, but outside of Earth 2, I'm not in any others. I think that there is a lot of potential and value for, like Sandbox, My Neighbor Alice, and Decentraland, and a couple others, but bless me. Ooh. Ooh, bless me again. But that being said, I think Earth 2 has more potential than most, if not all of those, especially the crypto that hasn't even come out yet. But also, that being said, the Veveverse and Earth 2, and Veveverse, the major thing that they have is just they have all the licenses. So we don't actually know what the Veveverse will be like yet. We obviously know what the collectibles are, and those just knocked out of the park. Nobody else is going to come close to that as far as NFTs and digital collectibles. But metaverses, we're not sure. I think Earth 2 is going to be a lot. It looks a lot better than every other metaverse right now. I'll tell you that. It looks a lot better. The graphics are insane. The videos that you've shown are just bananas. It says, "What's your take on the space?" I haven't really joined any other NFT projects, mostly because, again, a point against me here is that a lot of them are hard to buy. Like, I don't want to get a MetaMask and send Ethereum and then wrap it and then try. It's annoying. Will I do that eventually? Yeah, maybe one day. Did I miss the boat on some of them? Yeah, some of them, but I think I think most of these NFTs have value or perceived value because there's no like good alternative. Like you think your girlfriend's cooking is good until you're actually with because it happens to be home cooked meal, and let's say you don't cook, and like, okay, well, at least it's something and it's edible and I'll eat it. But then you start dating an older girl and you realize, oh, this girl knows how to cook, and then you realize, like, with the fudge. So I think a lot of those other NFT projects, most of them will not make it. They'll be like car companies this year. Well, they'll either have to merge with each other, or they will not make it. And if they do not make it, then well, the money will go to projects that do make it. My friend keeps calling me in, like, when I'm always streaming. Now, to be fair, I'm always streaming, so it's not a thing. All right, moving on. But yeah, so the take on the space in general is that there's a lot of money to be made, but that being said, a lot of people say, like, hey, big risk taker, putting all your eggs in one basket. Yes, but this is the best basket to put it in my opinion. I think it is much better to do this than it is to put all your eggs in one basket, as opposed to putting a lot of your money split up into 5%, putting them into 20 different projects, because most of these projects will not last, in my opinion. Most of these will either go to zero or be worth pennies. So why would you do that? Again, this is just my opinion, but I think it is much more riskier to put 5% of your money in 20 different projects as opposed to 100% in one thing, which is what I did with Omi, or the Akomi product. So again, that's just my opinion. Thank you for answering these questions. No problem. So for those of you that I'm going to X out of YouTube. I'm going to not mind Pi anymore. I'm going to go first off to the Play Store and look at the Play Store. I'm going to find Veve and see that there's no updates, so we're good. And then I'm going to actually go into the Veve app. I'm going to go start collecting, and then the comics should be right here. And then, yeah, as soon as This says buy now. You're gonna smack that all on the floor, and you're just gonna hit buy now. Um, so the be advised, when this goes from 1 second to 0 seconds, if you hit that while it says 0 seconds, again for people that are new, that'll come up and you're not gonna get it. So what I do is as soon as it hits zero, anyone remember that show 24 where during like the commercial like bam, 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 so as soon as this hits zero, I start moving my finger towards it and I start counting down from one of those seconds, and then I hit it, and it works. Like it's worked for comics. This always works because there's 30,000 comics. And I also got the drop the other day for the Wonder Woman, Hawkgirl, those Artist Alley drops. So that's worked for me. Maybe because I have slightly better reaction time than a lot of others, but I beat the bots, so something's working. The Vibe says this is going to be a great drop. That floor is going to fly up like Wonder Woman is my guess. I think so too. As for NJ1 says, love the shirt, Randy. Oh, Fall Out Boy is so good. Fall Out Boy is so good. Oh, I love them. Actually, I'm going to do my 1 hour Patreon member shout out a little early just so I don't forget about it. Am I more than you bargained for? Yeah. Oh, just dying to tell you anything you want to hear, 'cause that's just who I am this week. Lie in the grass next to the mausoleum. Just a notch in your bedpost, but you're just a line in a song. Drop a heart, break a name. All right, moving on. Airplane mode, Randy. Most people do airplane mode. I don't. I can't tell you why. I've done it before, and then I wind up not doing it, and then it's like I don't know. I don't know why. It's one of those things where I just don't do it. Many people swear by it, but for whatever reason, I'm in airplane mode. I still get Snapchat, because I'm on the Wi-Fi. So I still get Snapchat. I still get Facebook Messenger. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, at that point, it doesn't matter. So I was like, all right, I'll just not do it. Insane says, how do you feel about the car NFTs, concept cars? If you know something about car companies, there's lots of them. Very interested to see what they are dropping. Yeah, I love how we we partner with Citroen and their other company. I forget what that's called. But I thought that was really cool. I didn't know anything about them until recently, and they are currently the largest manufacturer, I think, in Europe. I think that will be disrupted heavily, as Tesla's Giga Berlin, kicks off. But that should be, yeah, two different things. Either that company will survive the 2020s, and will have one of those survivors, one of the winners of that. But I also think that there's a chance that they don't. There is a chance that they do not survive the 2020s. And it's like, well, that's like the largest company. There's no way. Well, I think, the same way that I think most NFT projects will not survive because most of them are poop. I also think that most car companies will not survive the 2020s. I think that the disruption for full self-driving is too great. Tesla has too big of a lead, and the car companies, that they're not going to be able to survive that. So mark my words that most car companies will either have to merge with each other, or they will not survive, because none of them are doing electric cars, and even if they are, they have nowhere near the lead. Nobody. Tesla has the most lead in full self-driving and electric cars, and the batteries, the engineering. They have their top picks of engineers in the world. So mark my words that most companies will not survive. And if that happens, well, then we get NFTs of a car company that's no longer around. Probably not going to be any more NFTs of that card if the company's not around. So I think that could be a really good opportunity for us. I already have all the Ecto ones and all the DeLoreans as well. So I am. Dashy, give us luck. Give us luck, Dashy. Dashy, we have like 10 seconds left, Dashy. Give me that look. Good, Dashy. Good, Dashy. Okay, all right. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time up. Oh, I don't know if I got that. I think, yeah, I was too late. But that being said, Now that now that I did not get the drop, I am going to attempt to do the rebound. And for those of you that are here that are new, that do not know what a rebound is that you still have the buy now button, so you can go and click. And I guess there's a couple of different ways to go about this. Usually at the 2 minute or the 4 minute mark, so 2 or 4 minute mark, you're able to go again and you're able to get ones, because some people will, they're just going to be captchas. People will fail the captchas, and as people fail the captchas, that's going to be more that's going to go into that you're able to get. People won't be able to put in gems. There'll be a payment error. There's always something. People were getting rebounds up to like 16 minutes yesterday. It was nuts. So for this one, I'm gonna leave that there for now. Another like couple of minutes or a minute. I'll try to go at 11:02 and then 11:04. That type of jazz. King Lucci says they have the Warner license. Mystery Machine when? Oh my God, that would be great. And it says bless you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, Scooby Doo would be insane. I love Scooby Doo. Scooby Doo on Zombie Island. Scooby Doo Alien Invaders. I've seen most of those movies. Like multiple times. I've seen most of the show. Most of all the Scooby Doo things that were released, I've seen. Carlos Odios de Gue says speculation and addition of 2 more staking tiers. I'm hoping that it is. I'm hoping that the staking tiers are, because right now they're for like $1,000, $5,000, and $10,000. I hope that the next 2 staking tiers are $50,000 and $100,000 or something along those lines. I've been attempting. Oh, damn it. And I hope so, because damn it, I missed the 2. I missed that. I missed the 11:02 one. So I'm gonna have to go for the 11:04 one. So if there's not a 50 and 100,000 tier, I'm hoping at least for a 25,000 Omi tier and a 50,000 Omi tier, because we need a lot more people to lock up their Omi. Lord of the Realms says, get this bread. Sam Grant says, best way to snipe those Veve collectibles, especially when so many people are waiting for the big name drops. You just got to get lucky. You just got to get lucky for these. So the best way to snipe the Veve collectibles is just as soon as they get on the market. Honestly, most times you can't get the first 4 or 6 or 8. You have to go like to the 10th least expensive, because you're going for the floor. Let's say something's like $100. You're gonna have to go 10 down, get like 110, 120, 130, whatever. That's the only way you're gonna get them. Exile says crossplay metaverse will definitely be a thing in the future. I definitely think so as well. I definitely think crossplay metaverse will be. All right, so it's almost 11:04. I don't know what time. Oh, attenders. Oh no. So I'm still attempting to secure an order reservation. Damn it. Again. Attempting to secure. Come on, SpongeBob. Who's hungry? Go, SpongeBob. Go get it. Oh, damn it. I'm going to keep trying up until it says 11:04, because usually at the 4-minute mark is when you can do this again. So I'm going to do this again, and I will keep it. I feel like this has been a very long time. Like I am clicking. Oh, okay. All right. Images containing a boat. There aren't too many that are containing a boat, but I will make sure. All right, still more boats. Okay. Boat. Da-na-na. Wow, this is the first time I were to ever get one. I've never gotten a rebound before. This is insane. Placing your order. I did it! Oh my god, I've never gotten a rebound before. Partly because I just never was able to, and also partly because over the last month or so, each time somebody, if I were to get one on the drop, I would not go for the rebound. But I didn't get one on the drop, and now I'm going for the rebound. I know I got it. This is great. I am so excited. I'm so happy. As long as okay. Number 21,328 has been assigned to me. So 21,328. And I still have the buy now, so I could go for another one, but I'm not going to be greedy. Go right there. Oh, it's a good time. Mickey says, who heard of a Comey in January or February? Only elite friends of a Comey. Stop manipulating. Did anyone on chat earn 14,000%? Who lost investing in a Comey? Little investors hear about a Comey when... And there's nothing else there. So, Mickey, be advised that... No, honestly, the only reason that I heard of this in like March or April was because I was looking for the crypto on Earth 2. Most people nowadays still don't know about Omi. Most people don't even know about crypto. Like anyone over the age of 50 or 60, they might know what Bitcoin is, maybe Ethereum, but a lot of people don't. A lot of people that aren't in the investing world, like, oh, I heard of that Bitcoin. I heard like my friend Tina is like, oh yeah, I heard Putin invented Bitcoin. Don't trust that. I was like, Tina, like, come on, So yeah, there's a lot of people that still don't know what it is. Again, most people in the world don't have crypto. Most people, like 99% of the world, don't have NFTs. So it's not really fair to say like, oh, who knew about that? Because again, if you're not in this, nobody knows about it. But yeah, they launched last year. The Veve app did launch last year, so it was out in the open. It wasn't a secret. Alfred R. Kahn, like they've been tweeting about this literally since 2018 with Alfred R. Kahn as head of licensing. But yeah, definitely not only elite friends, definitely not at all. I don't know if anyone here has had has been in since January. I know Crypto Rain was. I don't know, but I don't know if he watches the streams or not. But who lost? I mean, again, if you buy it, let's say Andre Jick, who spent $150,000, which was not a trivial amount. It's not a small amount. He spent that, and he hodled. I don't know why he didn't dollar cost average, but he had. But he's hodling. You're not losing unless you sell. And even me that started investing at 0.007, 0.008, and bought all the way down, if I were to sell because I dollar cost averaged, I'd have made over $100,000 with this. But again, that's because I dollar cost averaged. I went and bought all the way down and bought all the way back up, and I still buy whenever I have money. So it's not really fair to say that like nobody's made the 14,000% gain because nobody heard about it, which is fair. But again, Comey's been very aggressive about their tweeting from 2018, from 3 years ago. So moving on. John Robert Yellen says, I was 14K up with the Comey. Now I'm only 6K up. Still up, though. So not sure what he's talking about. Yeah, I think, I don't know. I think Mickey bought high and sold low. Says, I've made plenty on the Veve app. Uncle Drew says, caught my first Omi bag in February. Nice, Uncle Drew. Dude, nice. Good for you. I'm Scott Jones says, hey, Randy, maybe you could help me. I put a comic up on auction. Someone bid on it and hasn't paid for it yet. Does the funds take a while to come through? If they bid, like, when does the auction end? Did the auction end? If it ended, then I think they have 3 days to pay, if I'm not mistaken. But if the auction hasn't ended yet, that's probably why. And also, the market is closed during the half hour before or half hour after. It was really weird yesterday because the market was closed for like 8 hours plus, give or take. But I don't think they can pay for it while the market is closed. So wait until the market's open again in like a half hour, and then we'll go through that. Thua Butler says, how good is this comic? Well, I spent the first 10 minutes explaining why I really, really like this, of this video, of this stream. So I really like it. Tap Strayed says, let's go! OMC Burger Pants got one. OMC Burger Pants is, wow, number 600 something mint. Get that bread, OMC. Scott Jones says, mine was giving 7 minutes. I think my internet is too slow today. Oh, yeah. I'm not sure why that's giving you a 7-minute delay. It's really weird. OMC Burger Pants says, I didn't get anything yesterday. So happy today. Yeah, you got 600 something. That's bananas. Oh, Taps Trades didn't get anything. Sorry, Taps. Taps, I hope you got something on the rebound. Manuel Hurtado says, didn't manage to get anything. Everyone comment F down below for Manuel Hurtado. Usher RX got nothing. Carlos got one. Linda says, should I keep hitting the buy now button? Yes, if you want the rebound, yes. Ruben Parker says, I got one on the 4-minute. Randy, let's go. Let's get that bread. COD Mobile Tay says, Pressed it straight away 4 times in a row. Still haven't gotten it. But cool, she got that 4-minute rebound. X Idol says, mine doesn't even say a buy now. Damn. Just sold out. GG. Tabs Trade says, congrats, Randy. Thank you. Thank you so much. Lord of the Realm says, nice rebound, Randy. Dashy has finally blessed me. Dashy hath blessed me. Ruben Parker got number 1,601. Very nice. Gagozu TV says, I had 3, but after completing CAPTCHA, my screen was bugged, so I couldn't click the buy now. Damn. That's rough, man. Sorry. Jackal 2010 says, got a rebound. Yo, nice. John Robert Yellen says, I got a common. Got no CAPTCHA, though. Nice. Good for you. This is the second day in a row. I had a CAPTCHA yesterday, and I had to do the CAPTCHA like 4 different times. Like, what? But they only made me do it twice today, so huzzah. John Robert Yellen says, I got a common. No CAPTCHA, though. Gotcha. John Duhart says, 1 on the drop and 1 at the 4-minute mark. Yo, John Duhart got double prizes. Is he Sid from Toy Story? Because double prizes. Timothy Lamateri says, got a secret rare. First time after 6 months of drops. How did you know you got a secret rare? How did you... excuse me. Did it get delivered already? All right, well, I guess I'm going to start mining Pi again real quick because I accidentally hit that notification. If you do want to mine Pi, link down below for that. They were supposed to come out this month with the value of it. I don't know 100% what the value is going to be. I don't think anyone is going to... I don't think anyone knows. I'm thinking like a penny. It might come out as some... It might come out as even less, but who knows? Moving on here. Oh yeah. How do you know if you got a secret rare on this? Okay. Go to Veve. I'm gonna start collecting. Now I doubt my comic's been delivered yet, but who knows? Ow. It won't. It won't load for me. I think there's a lot of people on the app right now. Okay. Yep. Got 1 order pending. Market definitely not open, so I'm gonna save that for a little bit. Oh, we got Jackal saying only 4.5% of the population is invested in crypto. We are so early. We are. Alan Thompson says, nice one, Tim. Altman says, got 1 on the rebound. Second time ever getting a rebound. Get that bread. Rabel says, Andre Jick not DCAing makes his knowledge given in his Patreon group unwanted for me, LOL. Like, how do you not DCA? So here's the thing. Like, if I believe in a project, I go all in. Not everybody does that. Obviously, a guy I used to know, Brian. His mental anguish. He'd be so nervous that he'd lose his money. He just can't invest. He just can't invest. Some people when they say like I have enough, they're not willing to put any money in, even if the project that they put $150,000 into goes down like 90%. So yeah, I don't get it either. Yegs Y, the $4.99 super chat says, what is your strategy for E2? Are you combining jewels, buying more land, building hollow buildings? Thanks, Randy. So the strategy for E2 has evolved. It used to be just buy as much land as I can, at different places in the world, and just watch it grow, which it did, and I did make a lot of money with that. But then as I started getting a little more popular on YouTube, especially in the E2 space, I had gone on and said, hey, you know what? I'm going to make a megacity because everyone wanted me to. So I was like, okay, so I'll make Chavez Topia over in Antarctica. So, and I did that because of the warring world there. We are going to have a warring world. We're going to have PvP. We're going to have, pew, 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 pew. And I did that because there's a large ocean separating everyone else from us. So if they try to attack us, we're probably going to be able to see them coming. There's a large mountain in the back of us. Like it's really well fortified, and it has the longest main street for the economy. In the Earth 2 world, I have the longest main street in my megacity, and the link down below for Chavestopia, definitely buy there. You'll see a red line up at top. Don't buy above that red line. If you buy above that red line, that's international territory where it'll cost more, but below that it'll cost a lot less. So I really want people to make a lot of money. I want to have a really fun, good mega city. Um, Buying more land, different Halo build. So yeah, the only land I really buy now is in Chaveztopia. I did buy some more in South Korea recently because, we have tier 2 now, so I thought that was really undervalued, even at 60 cents. But the hollow buildings that they did confuse me, so I did not. I'll buy them at some point. I won't. I'm not really building them myself. They take really long. They take a really long time to build for me. Yeah, no problem. Now, where was I here? Gen X says, "Hey Randy, I scored one. Just read that two whales bought almost 2 million Matic, Polygon. Yeah, my friend Raythax bought a bunch the other day. Like as soon as it was announced that Earth 2 partnered with Polygon Studios, he bought so much and he made a killing. He made a killing. I'm Scott Jones says, okay, the auction has ended. So if the auction ended, I think it does take 3 days. They have 3 days to pay, and if they don't, I think you just get it back and you can relist it. Yeah. Tapstray says, dang, got buy now button at 8 minutes and still missed. Damn, sorry Taps, sorry brother. Lord of the Realms says, just got a rebound 8 minutes after. Yo, get that bread. OC Burger Pants got the uncommon, very nice. Mark Katz says, got two, one on the drop and one on the rebound. Is it Cats or Cots? I think it's Cats. Even though it's spelled like that, I don't know why I had this. I have a buddy of mine that spells it like that, but it's pronounced cat. So I always just call him Kitty Cat, and he hated that. He hated that. Pretty sure he hated me. But anyway, congrats on getting two. Altman says, you know your boss when Taps comes to your live stream instead of doing his own. I think Taps had to work. I think the reason why I have 100-something people on here is because Taps is not streaming. I think he just had to work. Taps is a working man. Usher RX says, got rebound 10:04. Nice. Altman says, great interview yesterday, Taps. Yeah, those of you have not seen it. There was a 2 or 2.5 hour, it was like a 2 hour thing that Taps had an interview with Dan Schawbel. It was super fantastic. It was just entertaining the whole time, especially hearing Dan talk. So you get somebody, Dan doesn't really, he brings up Veve in like almost every single interview that he does, and he's interviewed Terry Crews, interviewed Gary Vee a bunch of times. He interviews a lot of Kevin Smith, a lot of cool, amazing people, and he always in the last couple months brings up Veve. So he's like, he is doing the Lord's work. He is doing Dashy's work, and he even said, like, I'll quote one of his fans that said, like, the unsung hero really is. Definitely go watch that. 180 AD says, got my lowest mint ever, 666 on the rebound, waiting for rarity, but oh my god, 666. I will pay you good money for that. Brandy Babe says, me and the kiddos all got one on the 4-minute rebound. I got mint 791. Oh my god. So the ones that got the really low mint numbers, oh my god, I really want them. I think Mr. Pags will probably want them also, and he could definitely outspend me. OMC Burger Pan says, people pay a lot extra for 666. Yeah, they do. I'd be one of them. Timothy Lamentary says, really wanted this secret rare. So stoked. I'm so happy for y'all. Pokey99 says, got number 29,581 ultra rare and an 1104 rebound still pending. Oh, dude, good for you, man. I'm so jelly at some of you guys. I love it. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, Akomi retweeted something. Says, some of the Akomi fam art I did this year. Great year, and just start with a lot more to come. Let's go, boys. Oh my god. So they did a whole bunch of people. Reese is Green Arrow. David Yu is Robin. Dan Crothers is James Bond. And they have Captain Smith in there. Or no, that's Kyle Willson. Kyle Willson, you should also check out on the YouTube. But they had a really cool, oh my god, there's Gale, like, this Cavell over there, and you see me, I'm right there. I was included in the artwork, Orange Bag Lady. Oh my god, this is amazing. I'll get to that super chat in a second. I just gotta really marvel at this for a second, and ooh, this is so cool. I gotta do a retweet saying, quote, Hashtag love my fam. And retweet. Okay, so we got here. We got Me Home with a $10 super chat saying, congrats on the Gymshark connection. Can't wait. Got 3 comics today, all on the rebound, 4, 8, and 10-minute mark. Hashtag getting the bread. You did get the bread. That's amazing. Wow, you guys are crushing it. You guys are absolutely crushing it. All right, so I'm gonna go back to the Veve app. I'm gonna see if mine was delivered. The market, of course, still closed because we got about 10 minutes left for that. But on the latest drops, come on, now touch me, babe. Can you come on? I don't know. It's not, okay, so I'm gonna let that go for a little bit. JC says, I find it impossible to get drops in the UK, even on rebounds. I think a Nike sneaker style raffle drop would be a better mechanic for Veve drops. They will do that. That is really more to combat bots, but they will do that at some point. Still have 1 delivery pending. I'm gonna wait another X amount of minutes and see what I got. Vich G says 2x captcha on the drop, and the reserving order was rolling for more than 3 minutes until they threw me out. No, but then you got the rebound, so it's all good. It's all good. We got Rebel says, I started mining Pi after you mentioned it, Real Randy Chavez. What the deuce am I doing with it? What are they doing with mining process? LOL, so many questions. Do you have video on it? I do have a video on it. I think it was when I first really started it. Let's see what I got here. If I YouTube Randy Chavez Pi, why Pi cryptocurrency is a great idea. How Pi can make us tens of thousands. And I believe that it can. But again, this was also 8 months ago. If you do it now, it still might make you money. But you know, if Pi, I have 45,000 Pi. I think that if that becomes, well, it's $1, that's $45,000. But I forget the whole thing of that video. Again, it won't come out and be $1. It might be a penny. You know, when it comes out. But it's one of those things where people mine Pi because it's free, and they also mine B because it's also free. But if you look at the white paper on Pi and B, the B ones might be okay, but it seems amateurish compared to Pi, where Pi was made by these, I forget what college professors they are, but they're really smart. But again, it doesn't cost anything. It doesn't, you know, you just you tap on your phone the Pi thing and you're mining. You remind people, like, so you're really getting a lot of what do you call it? And the link is down below if you want to start, because it's free. It's just you wake up in the morning, you mine Pi, you invite your friends, and then that's it. That's it. It doesn't cost anything. It doesn't take over any processing power. It doesn't drain your battery, as far as I can tell. 69 likes. Everyone comment nice down below for the 69. Actually, before anybody, people are going to totally ruin that before I get this picture. Oh, I literally, as soon as that happened, I was trying to get the 69 likes for a picture and it was 70. So I can't post that now. Everyone's going to be like, what's so special about 70? So I won't. Moving on here. Ryan Chia says, I managed to get one from the rebound after so long. So happy. Dude. Yeah, somebody got it at 10 minutes before. So y'all are murdering it. Mark Cat says, 1 out of 2 delivered. Rare. Tabs Trey says, Randy, for your rebound, did you exit the drop page and then re-enter the drop page checking for buy now? Or did you just stay on the page that still has a buy now active and hit it around? Yeah, so the 2-minute one did not work. It worked for the 4-minute one, but I stayed on the page. The page still had the buy now button. So I was just staying there going, yeah, so I just did that. And that worked. Wags Y, thank you for that $5 super chat saying my strategy for Earth 2 is to currently buy more tiles in Chavez-topia, link down below. I'm not combining jewels yet. From what I do understand, that if you can go and make jewels that give you 2 more ether detection, it costs essence to do that, but you get a lot more essence back right away. So currently is to keep all my essence, keep all my jewels, not sell anything, and buy. I have like $3,100 there in Earth 2, ready to buy essence as soon as we're able to. Buy more land. Yeah. So, and I'm not investing in hollow buildings right now, but I will in the future. The Sketch Labs has got one at the 12-minute rebound. You guys are amazing. Terry Can says, got mine minted with 2 minutes. Common. Nice. Timothy Lamentary says, yeah, they delivered in like 30 seconds and got a rebound as well. Dude! Oh, that's amazing. Sylveon says, GG, everyone. Sylveon, I do not have one of you in my Brilliant Diamond game. But maybe I want. I've never used Sylveon. I've used Vaporeon a bunch because in the early games, you know, in gold, I'm sorry, in red and blue, where you have a red and blue and yellow, it really helps because it can learn Ice Beam. Vaporeon can, so it really helps with Lance, the Dragon Trainer. So that's really helpful. Flareon doesn't have really good moves. It has high attack, which is amazing, but Flareon in Gen 1 doesn't have good moves, like at all. Jolteon is super fast. It's a really good electric type. I think it's better than Electabuzz. But I think it might be better than Raichu and Magneton as well. But it's really good. It's really fast. And I like Espeon. Espeon is one of my favorites because if you evolve it, Umbreon and Espeon evolve from Happiness, and Espeon you level up during the day, and you max out its Happy stat. It evolves into Espeon. For Umbreon, you have to evolve Eevee at night, and it becomes Umbreon. But Umbreon, like, it's got good defense and special defense, but it's really not that good of an attacker. Espeon is a lot better attacker. The special is through the roof. The special attack is, anyway. Leafeon I never used, but why I didn't like Eevee really in the second... Why I never used a Vaporeon or anything in the second generation is because you don't actually get stones. Like I think in Celadon City, you can go and buy as many fire and thunder stones as you want, grass stones, what have you, but you don't in gold and silver and crystal. You have to find them. Like you literally, like what you have to do is you have to go to Bill's house in Cerulean City. So you're already completed more than half the game at this point. You have to go to Cerulean City. On top of that, where Bill's house is, his grandpa's there. It's like, oh, I want to see this Pokemon, and he describes a Pokemon to you, and so he gets you can show him in like an Oddish. You get a grass stone, but like he says like a small electric Pokemon. My dumbass is thinking Pikachu, and then no, it's not that. He wants a Pikachu. So you have to find a Pikachu, you have to breed it, you have to wait for it to hatch, and when you're 10 years old and you can't speed this game up, and just going up and down Goldenrod, sorry. You have to go up and down Goldenrod City, and you finally hatch the Pikachu, you can go and either fly there, or hopefully you're farther enough in the game where you can take that bullet train over to Saffron City, and then fly to Cerulean, whatever. You go back there, you show him the Pikachu, and then you get the Thunderstone. There is a way, I think your mom can buy it for you as well, a Firestone, if you give her enough money. But yeah, it's stupid. It's stupid. Sorry, I went on all that, the detail for that. But Sylveon, glad you're here. Brandy Babe says, at Taps Trades, we all stay on the page for comics since the buy now stays, but go back and forth with the rebound on collectibles. Yeah, I do that too. DW says, don't exit the buy now page if you want rebounds, as it will just change to sold out. Gore Lomi says 24 hours to pay on auctions. Okay, it is 24 hours. Scott Jones says thanks, no problem. So I thought it was 3 days, but I guess it's 24 hours. Tapstray says thanks, Brandy Babe. Dr. Kindrat says how many jewels you generate a day. It used to be a lot more. It used to be like 40, 50 something. Now it's like 25, give or take. So it's not a lot. But it's still a couple dollars a day, which is nice. Like $5 to $7, which is pretty cool. Ruben Parker says, Taps, are you exiting the screen? It's better to stay on the screen at hit the buy now if it's still there. Yes, it is. Marquette says, well, about the last name, I can't even describe it. Okay, I'm just going to call you Cats. I'm Scott Jones says, what's special about 666? It's the number of the beast. So, yeah, people will get that just for hashtag devil, hashtag, those things. Me home with that $10 super chat saying, congrats on the Gymshark connection. Can't wait. Got 3 comics today, all on the rebound. 4, 8, 10-minute mark. Hashtag getting that bread. So I'm going to check again because the market should be open soon, but I am going to do that 90-minute Patreon member shout out. You be my princess and I'll be your toad. I'll follow behind you on Rainbow Road. Together we'll move hearts in our wheels and our sparks. The finish line is just around the bend. I'll pause this game so our love will never end. Let's go again. Wah, 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 Luigi. Also, everyone, check out Star Helix and Kyle Willson on YouTube, and at Not Star Helix, at Hey David Don, at EQ_crypto on the Twitter. Go give them a follow. And everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. All right. 90 minutes in. Let us go. And let me... Let's see what I've got. I think even if I get a common, it'll be like $20-something at some point. This is a really good comic. So I'm happy either way. I'm going to go and I'm going to see. I still have one order pending. And it says come back soon, so I'm going to come back in like a couple of minutes. I'll check every few minutes for the market. Altman says 616 will be the most valuable mint number on the comics at some point. I think 69 would probably be 41, 69, maybe the last comic mint number, and stuff like 420 and 616. But I'm sorry, 666. I don't know. Would I rather have a 69 or a 616? For those that don't know, 616 is the universe that we all know and love, the 616 universe. But that being said, the 69 is just, it's a sub 100 mint, and it's nice. So I don't know what would be more valuable. I would rather have the 69 just for the memes. Ruben Parker says, I got the most recent Avengers in the 500s common, but I don't think the comic is as good as some others. It might not be, but low mints are pretty nice. Super Duper Hank says, hey Randy, I got a rare. Yo, nice. Oh, also, yeah, nobody is going to get the 69 mint number because the lowest mint number will be in the hundreds. So, good call, man. Jay Solo says, I also got one of the 4-minute rebounds. First time I've gotten anything since the Eternals drop. Dude, nice. Good for you, Jay Solo. Altman says, I thought Dan was Jay Gatsby. That's awesome. Pokey99 says, maybe the CAPTCHA took some bots out. Possible reason for so many rebounds. That's possible, too. That could be it as well. Thomas M says, still in the Common Club, but I'll take it, especially on the mint number 2659. Good for you. Uncle Drew says, I'm salty I missed this one. LOL. Congrats on all who got one, though. Jackal210 says, bots or not, there are so many users. Now people have to understand drops are just hard to get, LOL, and it will only get harder. Yeah, that it is. Will get harder each drop, with each passing drop. Cereal Bowl says, what's the rebound? The rebound, if you have, I guess I'll show. If you stay on the page, let me swing my chair. Swing your partner around and round, smash his face into the ground. Okay. See here where it says sold out? If you stay on the page after you buy one, or even if you don't get one, that'll still say buy now, and you could buy and you could just spam it, and that's the rebound. So, but for me, if I get one, I don't do the rebound. If I don't get one, I'll try it, and I'll try it until I get one. If I do, like today was the first day I ever got a rebound. So they're very, very hard to get. At least for me, they are. Aaron Knight says, I was 70. I removed my like to get back to 69. Well, it's at 82 now, so that can't put that genie back in the bottle. What else we got here? Ruben Parker says, no freaking way. 24 minutes after the drop, he got the rebound? Get the fudge out of here. That's amazing. Dude, that's bananas. Oh my god, Ruben Parker got that 24 minutes after the drop. And John Duhart got that secret rare, number 20,641. I think this will be thousands. Dude, congrats, John Duhart. Nice. Ruben Parker says, not joking this time. He got one 24 minutes after the drop. Oh my god, that's bananas. Sylveon says, no. Why you say no, Sylveon? Vitch J says, you don't need to spend essence to make jewels for +2 ether. Okay, so you just need to combine the needed jewels. Like Fitch plus GE as beginning of get. Okay, alright, hang on. There's a guy named Pacey, and he's got a couple of YouTube videos about it. He probably did one on it. Sylveon says, a Sylveon in the team for the looks. Well, Sylveon does look very good. And it is fairy, so it would also be good against dragons. So yeah. Altman says Randy is speaking in tongues. I don't understand Pokemon speak. I will have to learn soon. I cannot wait for them to release Pokemon stuff, and I might subscribe. I will get hundreds, if not thousands, of more subscribers just for that knowledge of Pokemon. Like I would probably dare say that because I spent most of my waking hours in my life have probably been, like, percentage wise, Pokemon more than anything else. It has been Pokemon related more than anything else. Again, I had a business with it. Yeah, more Pokemon than anything else. So yeah. I would wager to say that I probably have more knowledge than most, if not all, people about Pokemon in the community. At least for the first 2 generations of the games, at least for the cards of the WotC sets, you know, from like even the cards that aren't WotC, clearly I still have, you know, like these ones that were before the Wizards. This came before the English release. This had no English release, so it makes it very rare. I will pat myself on the back for that one, because like that's like, am I skillet? Because now it's my time. I'll do it up. Sorry, it's my time. Our time down here. I will teach everyone. Ryan K says, "Damn, doing 2 captures at the same time is not easy." I bet. Evan Fuji says, "It's crazy that I understand exactly what Randy's talking about in Pokemon Gold and Silver. It was impossible to get those stones in Gold and Silver. I hated that." So, Altman, there's some Pokemon that won't evolve unless you give them a stone. In the Pokemon manga adventures, Lieutenant Surge is part of Team Rocket in the manga, and he electrocutes Red, who is like the main character, and Poliwhirl as well, and they're down in like the Vermilion Sea, because they're on the SSN. They're in Vermilion City on the docks, and they get electrocuted. They fall overboard. Surge leaves them for dead. This is a 10-year-old kid, and his Pokemon leaves him for dead. Continues making his nefarious plans, but thankfully down below, Poliwhirl has like 1 HP and sees a water stone, grabs it, evolves into Poliwrath, and he brings Red right back up, and he just starts pwning all these people. Like, I'm talking about, because Poliwrath is a water fighting type Pokemon, not just water that's weak to electric, fighting in which electric has a weakness to. So he's just going boom, 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 and just pwning. It is one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. The only other thing that was maybe better than that was when Team Rocket launches attacks on Pewter City, Cerulean City, Celadon City, all like the good gym leaders, you know, Brock, Misty, and Erica, and Geodude. These like heavy, like they're little rock Pokemon, but they're heavy, they're dense, and so what happens is that he tells his Graveler, which Geodude evolves into Graveler. Graveler has 4 arms and it's just a beast. It's just a tank, and he says to his Graveler, like, take Geodude, seismic toss. And again, Brock City is being attacked by Team Rocket. So the Graveler take the Geodude, seismic tosses them into the, like, yeets them into the air, and then Brock tells all his Geodude, now harden. And they use a harden thing, which helps its defense, but they become harder and more dense. And what happens is they become heat-seeking missiles dropping down from the sky, like, so like hellfire is being rained. My 10-year-old, I was like, what? No freaking way. I had to get up. I had to do a lap. I had to walk around. I was like, there's no way that this just happened. It was so cool. It was one of the greatest freaking things that I ever saw as a kid. So yeah, that was, sorry for going off on these tangents here, on these Pokemon tangents, but yeah, there's a lot of great stories. There's a lot of fun times, a lot of money to be made. Sylvian says, what have I started? It's so nice to see how into the game people are. When it's on Veve, it will be fun. It will be mega fun. Ruben Parker says, 619 most valuable. Rey Mysterio, am I right? 619! Who's that jumping out the sky? R-E-Y Mysterio. Oh, God, I love him. I was him for Comic-Con once. Crypto Boy says, I always press the buy now button ASAP, but never get one. Is there a technique to get one? So the technique that I used at the start of the video was as soon as you see that hit counter or the countdown clock go from 1 second to 0 seconds, you still have 1 more second. So if you hit it when it says 0, you're not going to get it. But I remember, if anyone remembers 24, the countdown, like right after commercial, 24 will be back, and boop, boop, boop. And I don't know why that is seared into my brain, but I picture and I imagine that as soon as it says that 0, the clock starts ticking. And then after it goes, boop, I hit it. And most of the times it works. It didn't today, but most of the times it does work. I just happened to get lucky on the rebound today. Evan Montreal says, he's behind you, Randy. Look out. Dashy? Sylvian says, what the dog doing? It got the drip. Yo, this dog. So, not only does Dashy have Swarovski diamonds as a collar, has a pretty cool sleeve, necklace, handkerchief, scarf there to keep its neck warm. Dashy also has Swarovski diamonds in his eyes. And Dashy also has my old military hat, my old Air Force hat on Dashy's head to keep his large yet delicate ears protected from the cold. Ryan K says, Foster Hilt, Mr. Pags, Andre. Yeah, dude, that's going to be sick later today. So Foster Hilt on his page is going to have Andre Jick, Mr. Pags, and I think Comics and Crypto. I think Sleep and Comics as well. I have to check it out. I really can't wait for it. Also, the market's definitely going to be open by now. Why didn't you all tell me about this? Let's see what we got here. Ow. Oh, no, market's still closed. Market's still closed. So 1 order pending. All right, hang on. He's sending you as a test. Let me know when received. Okay. Sorry, I'm doing a escrow thing for some Omi for some friendos. Okay, let's see. Where was I? Oh yeah, I was looking at the Mr. Pags thing later on today. So that is going to be on Foster Hilt's channel. Oh, also I have Erica Vieira coming on the podcast. She really helps people with YouTube a lot. Just coming on the podcast in January, so that'll be really fun. He's buying Bitcoin. I could have sworn I put myself a reminder for it. Okay, yeah. So at 6 p.m. today, comic book values with Andre Jick, Crypto, Comics and Crypto, Sleep and Comics, and Mr. Pags. So they are all. That's at 6 p.m. today. So I'm gonna check that out and see what they're see what it's all about. Omar Kasada says some people got 3 because of rebounds, and I only got 1, but I'm so grateful to get 1. I'm grateful to get 1 as well. That's why as soon as I get 1, I stop. I don't try to do that anymore. Ryan K says ops typo. Anyway, they're on at 4 p.m. today. Don't miss it talking about low mints. Well, it's 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I guess 4 p.m. is that Mountain Time? Yeah. Don't miss talking about low mints. Altman says, you need a whiteboard and Excel sheets to break down Pokemon for us older folks. I probably do. When Pokemon gets announced, I probably should buy a whiteboard and be like, forget everything you know about everything. And just start drawing on the board. Sean Chaikin says, been dancing, dollar cost averaging into Omi about every week since the crash in May. Finally at 1 million Omi. Feels good, man. Get that bread, Sean. Get it. Altman says, if I buy Pokemon for Nintendo Switch, will I learn anything? The game does a decent, like Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, they are remakes of Generation 4, and they do kind of hold your hand with things a little bit, so you will learn. I think the best one would probably be to... Because again, if you start with the beginning, if you start with the Generation 1 Pokemon, like Pokemon Blue or Red, or even Yellow, you'd probably play Blue or Red first. There are some mechanics that are messed up with the game. For example, excuse me. There is if you get a Meowth, eventually it'll evolve into a Persian. And Persian, when it knows Slash, it will critical hit every single time, because the higher your speed was, the higher the crit ratio for Slash. And Slash already has a higher crit ratio. So it'll be critical hit every single time. That being said, it doesn't. Persian doesn't learn slash until like level like 50. But there are some things that are messed up with the mechanics. So Dugtrio and Persian, their slashes will always be critical hits. The focus energy, which it said in the game, focus energy is supposed to increase your chance at getting a critical hit, but it doesn't. In game 1, it actually decreases your chance at getting critical hits. So you don't want that. If you talk to everybody, there are puzzles. So there are some parts of the game like, hey, where do I go? What do I do? Talk to everybody. And some people will give you stuff. There are some secret items in the game that you won't know really unless you play it like a ton. But there's a couple. There's like an extra moonstone. There's extra potions. There. So yeah, it's. I would say do like a playthrough. Do like a walkthrough. Go watch somebody play it. Because it does get boring, but you can do it on an emulator. So, for example, if you go on John GBC Lite and you go and you play yellow version, you could go on and you can see, oh, hey, there's speed over here. And you can play it on like 4 speed. So now, when you go to play it, you're going super fast. Like you're going, where normally, if you go on like normal speed, like the default speed, you're going so slow. And you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that because it's you don't want to do it because it just takes forever. Grinding takes forever. If you need to level up for the next gym, if you need to level up for whatever, it just takes a long time. And you're probably busy. You don't want to do that. So you don't want to get the actual console game, like an actual Game Boy and play. You want to play it on an emulator on your phone. But if you play on Brilliant Diamond, you'll get a feel for it. And again, it's not hard. It's actually a lot easier than the old games, because in the old games, Pokemon don't get experience unless they're in battle. So you have to go and put something out first, switch it out. It's called switch training. You switch it out before the other Pokemon attacks. They attack your new, stronger Pokemon. So that's really hard. Where in the newer games, they all get experience, regardless of who's fighting. So that's pretty cool. Olivia Boone says, VOH.FYI. I don't know what that means. Kyoto Boy says, you are saying even if we see buy now button, click it after 1 second of being visible? No, when it says 0. Don't click it when it says 0. As soon as it says buy now, that's when you click. At least that's when I click. And Parker says, at Crypto Boy, the same way pressing on 0 doesn't land you one on the drop, I also apply the same rule for rebounds, pressing at 2 minutes and 1 second. Hope that helps. BK Ben says, Randy, did you get the new Pokemon game remastered? Yeah, I have Brilliant Diamond, and I went over this yesterday, so I'm not going to go over this in a crazy detail, but really quick, if you want a Munchlax in that game, be advised, you can breed a Snorlax, sure, but there are 21 honey sap trees where Munchlax is only found. You can only get Munchlax on a honey tree. You have to put sap on the tree, and then 6 hours after you put sap on the tree, most likely a Pokemon will appear. I say most likely because 10% of the time when you put sap on a honey tree, 10% of the time no Pokemon will appear. So there are 21 trees, and you're like, oh, okay, well, what's Munchlax encounter rate for that? Munchlax encounter rate on those trees are 1%. You're like, okay, well, you have 21 chances, so it really only takes 5 times. No. Munchlax only shows up on 4 of those trees. And it's like, okay, well, can I Google, which trees there are? No, you cannot. Because the trees that Munchlax will appear on are randomized every playthrough. So as soon as you start a new game, it's going to be on number 1, 21, 17, and 11, whatever. It's randomized, so you don't know. So not only do you not know which trees Munchlax might appear on, you have to wait 6 hours, not game time. You can't just take the internal clock and move it. No, 6 real lifetime hours for you to see that, okay, Munchlax is going to appear there. It's like, okay, well, what about if I save the game, 5 hours, 55 minutes after that, and then I just play for 5 minutes, and then if I don't get it, I can reset. No. you can let's say the Pokemon that will show up is determined as soon as you put on the sap. So although you could save the game before you put on the sap for like shininess and like IVs or whatever, that Pokemon that you put on is a Pokemon. Like, it's not going to change. Like, oh hey, I'm going to reset the game, go back 5 minutes, and then maybe a new Pokemon. No, that Pokemon will appear as soon as you put on that sap. So it is. You have to guess on which out of the 21 trees will have Munchlax on it. You have to wait 6 hours. And even if a Munchlax might appear on that tree at some point, there's a 1% chance that you get it. That's just rude. That's just, like, why would you do that to kids? So yeah, that's like the rarest Pokemon in any game. So yeah, I forget who said this. Oh yeah, BK Ben. I do not get a Munchlax. Ruben Parker says, "I crypto boy." He doesn't mean that. Try it using the time gate method. Can search it on YouTube. Yeah, you can search that on YouTube as well. Gorlomi says, "Mr. Pags Secret Rare Comics Christmas wall is insane. Mr. Pags is a beast." Realtor Aaron Baker says, "Got one on the drop. Woohoo! My tip: I drive to my local 5G tower, park next to it, and I'm 4 out of 6 on doing drops doing this. You're welcome." Duo Aram says, "New phone case? Meow. No, it's been the same one I've had. Oh no, maybe I did get one like a month or two ago." Crypto Boy says, "Thank you." Zach Healy says, "He looks scrumptious, Dad." So Zach Healy, I had him on the podcast not too long ago. Let's just give it. He looks great on that podcast as well. So I'm gonna go to my channel, and I go to my playlist, and I do Chavez podcasts. He is number. Keely, what number you at, girl? Number 25 with Zach Keeley. We talk about a lot of really fun stuff. He's just a cool, fun dude. And I served with him back in the day. So we served together from like 2014 to like 2016, give or take. We're deployed at different times, so we kind of like, a lost year there. But I love him. I love that man. He's a fun guy. And Bruce Wayne says, "I have a feeling there's some good news coming tonight." I hope so too. Who knows? I don't think we'll know what we're gonna get on Saturday until tomorrow, but maybe there's some other good news tonight. Who knows? Ruben Parker says, "Peace out, Randy. Appreciate your efforts." Peace, Ruben. Zach Healy says, "You're too kind." Oh, you too, my son. C-Spill says, "Congrats, I got a rare." Oh, get the fudge out of here. You got a rare. Okay, so I'm going to go and, all right, a buddy of mine, so he got his, I say, all right, he got the, okay, send the rest. If I go to my Veve app now, it's been about 52 minutes since the drop, so I'm hoping the market's open. I'm hoping mine got delivered. Market is not open yet, so and I still have one order pending, and about half of the secret rare have been delivered, a little less than half of the ultra rare, a little less than half of the rare. I guess we're gonna have to wait a little while longer. Ooh, Zach, this is love you too. You too, fan. The Truth Experience says, "I buy Citron Staxo." Get that bread. So again, it's about 52 minutes. They had an issue yesterday with AWS where Disney Plus was not working, Amazon, Alexa, some different things were not working. So I'm going to go and watch the rest of the Hawkeye series that I missed this morning, and then I'm going to digest. I'm going to go to the gym. I do have a Christmas show light thing to go to tonight, so I don't. If I do go live tonight, it'll be like later tonight, and we do have a drop tomorrow morning for some comic. I don't know which one, but this one is going to be the best. And then I do have there's an AMA later tomorrow night, and I do have a podcast afterwards. It's going to be insane. It's going to be an insane couple of nights. And yeah, I will go. I will bounce. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi, and everyone check out everyone on the fridge. I love you all. I'll catch you all later. All right, goodbye. Goodbye. I love you. Thank you all for the super chats. Those mean the world. Bye. Meow, 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 meow. Later. Meow. Oh, wow.